Welcome back to 0 to 60. In this video I'm going to cover how you can change the JB4 tuner settings manually inside the car. Now if you haven't installed your JB4 yet, check out the end of this video because there's a link with a full DIY install that I've done to make it dead easy. We're going to show you how to change all the maps and all the settings manually with the in-dash controls for the JB4. Let's get into it. So the BC button is where it's at. This is where we're going to change all the settings for the maps and all the various settings. So the BC button is what we're going to be using and the only button that we're going to be using. So let's get the ignition on. Don't start the car, just the ignition. And then keep an eye on the gauges and the indicators because that's going to be our reference to what's happening. So hold the BC button for around 1 to 2 seconds and you'll see it flash up to the right hand side, which indicates the exhaust is now in normal mode. Hold it again for 1 to 2 seconds, it will flash double. That's the exhaust off and closed, it will not open. Hold again for 1 to 2 seconds, you'll see it flash to the left. That is the exhaust flap fully open. That's a nice feature to have. Now we're going to be changing all the settings. It's on the left hand tachometer. We hold the BC button down. Don't let go. That first one's for the exhaust. When it flashes again, it holds on the left, which means we're using the setting. When it's on 0, this is maps. You press it again for 1, which equals nothing. Press again for 2, equals the boost gauge on the fuel gauge. 3 is nothing. Press BC again for 4, which is readout and clear codes. Press again 5, metric SAE readouts. Press again for 6, 7 and 8 for the boost limiters in each gear on 1, 2 and 3. Number 6 is for gear 1, 7 for gear 2 and 8 for gear 3. This is really for stage 2 and above. With the left position on 0, hold down the BC button again, you'll see the indicator go to the right, which means we're now changing maps. 0 is on stock, JB4 disabled. 1 is 3 PSO over stock for 91 octane. Press the BC button again for 2, that's map 2, 4 PSI over stock between 91 and 93 octane. Press the BC button again. For 3, that's map 3, that's 6 PSI over stock, so that's for 93 octane and above. Now those are the 3 maps you're going to need and let's go into stage 2. Map 4, map 5 are absolute target maps, which are going to be 20 to 22 PSI that you'll put in E85 with. Map 6 is a custom tuning map, so that'll be one that's downloaded onto your JB4 from a custom tuner. Now map 7 is a map for water methanol, which is pretty crazy to think that a tuning box you can actually use meth on and it can keep up with that. To come out of the menus and settings changes, simply hold down the BC button for the double flash of the indicators. You can see the tachometers are at 0. You can now go ahead and start the car and enjoy those changes that you made on the JB4. For a full DIY install for the JB4 on the B58 and B48 platform, click the link above. It'll make it easy peasy. If you've enjoyed this video, check out some of my other videos, get liking and get subscribing because you do not want to miss the content to follow.